you know, he comes home from jail, and that's when I start helping him. We cooking, we doing everything. Then Riverline comes home, so me and Riverline and him cooking in the kitchen, and then Riverline's cooking in the kitchen. And then we hired somebody else, and the kitchen's moving a little bit. We're running our restaurant depot. I mean, Riverline's running there, I'm running there, Ed's running there. We're running the kitchen, but we still got the back lounge area. We're trying to get popping, and then eventually we start doing stuff, live bands. Parties, but it was always the local crowd that brought the money. Yeah. You know what I mean? And like as long as I can reach out to niggas in the hood, like yo, pop out and stuff like that, they'll pop out. They're coming to Weedman's joint, and everything was working fine until that one night. You know what I mean? That fire extinguisher night. You feel me? And then shit just went left after that. Biggie was there.
Definitely was.
What shit went left for you also? You feel like it went left for you guys too?
I mean, not as much as it could have not. For me, it went a little left because it was people I knew, and it was somebody, they was going against somebody else I was working with. You know what I mean? Like, me and Ed was cool, we was dope, but it was still the same situation. These people I knew for years. Like I said, Butch. Yeah. Feel me? These people I knew for years. And then Ed did some bullshit. He asked me, like, that's your man? I was like, yeah, so-and-so. He jumps on Facebook and like, yo, Butch, da-da-da-da. I'm like, yo, why would you jump on there and say that man's name? Yeah. That man got a whole situation going on. So, like, that, like, niggas working. So, long story short, and Butch ain't really had nothing to do with nothing. He had nothing to do with nothing. He just said his name.
Who said?
Weedman.
Okay, all right.
And Butch wasn't fighting or nothing. He was trying to break the shit up the whole time.
So you guys was there.
Yeah.
Y'all remember that night vividly?
As much as we could.
How y'all feel about talking about it?
I don't want to talk about it. I ain't even gonna hold you. That's buried. I'm gonna be frank. I don't know if Big want to talk about it, but if Big want to talk about it,
that was the first time he pulled out that fire extinguisher, you know, and smacked two people with it, and you know he got his ass whipped that night, you know, by the people that was with the person that he hit. You know what I mean? Not the first person. Matter of fact, not the person that everybody's seen. Like, it was one dude that he hit, and he was on the floor the whole time the fight, like, was really, like, turned up. And even when they, like, when the shit died down and they was like, oh, all right, let's go, they looked on the floor and they saw their man there, and they was like, hold up. You ain't just hit him with that. And he was just like, nah. And they was just like, nah, yeah, you did. And then they just start, beep, bop, boop, boop, bop, boop, on his ass. And I'm out there grabbing everything I could. They was trying to, because he was holding a fire extinguisher with his life. They was trying to grab that. They was trying to hit him with the propane tank. I'm grabbing that. The grill piece. I'm like, oh, man. You know, but
they threw the bird cage.
Yeah, they hit him with the bird cage. Like, it was real crazy.
We was trying to stop it.
At one point, I had just, like, he was on the floor, I had barricaded and, like, just got on top of him, like, no more, and just covered him up, and they was just trying to hit him from the side, you know what I mean? And they was just like, yo, come on, Big, let him get him, because there was a lot of dudes that I used to see at the bar when I was over there on Mid-Rose, you know what I'm saying?
They was intentional with
like,
they were doing.
I used to see a lot of them.
On us. They could have popped on us.
I ain't get a scratch, you know what I mean, at all. You know what I mean? I ain't get a scratch at all. Yeah.
But again, this was niggas I knew for years. They went around me.
You know what I'm saying? I started people that started knowing me because of
the
bar that
I was in. If you see me
in.
grabbing somebody, like, chill. That's how the video starts. Actually, niggas start recording the video. I'm in the doorway grabbing the nigga because he was swinging the hookah, hitting the nigga or something like that. Like, it was a lot going on. So, but. Yeah, I look at that some train shit. We didn't know no better. We did know better. It was some dickhead opened the fucking door and niggas rushed the building. That was it. She shouldn't have opened the door. Sorry.
Yeah.
And it caused all that. But long story short, that's when the parties was rocking.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That night was lit. It was a vibe. We was like, damn, next week we gonna be even better. And once that shit happened, boom. And that shit happened at the end of the night.
Yeah, basically when everybody was like...
Everybody was going, and this shit happened in the building.
All right. Yeah, because y'all, because there's some people who watch this, they totally unaware of what's going on. I know y'all don't want to talk too much details and stuff like that.
Yeah, let's move on.
But for the people who do know, right, like your overall, just if you care to share, either one of y'all, like, what's y'all overall position on the way that night played out? Like, do anybody feel?
I feel like me as security and me doing a lot of the bars in the neighborhood, if they would have just listened to me, Weedman would have never had to smack nobody with no fire extinguisher. And I said, just let them whip his ass out there, and when they get tired, they gonna stop. You know what I mean? But Weedman's like, no, they gonna kill him out there. I'm like, nah, they ain't gonna do that. They just gonna beat on him, and then they gonna, But they were still turned up. They seen that he was by himself. You know what I mean? So they, they turned up.
So you said, like, your overall.
Yeah, because when I used to do security at
the, everybody should listen to you.
Yeah, like when I used to do security at the bar, the owner, when the fight or whatever happened inside, he would be like, yo, push them outside. Whatever goes on outside, as long as it's not in the establishment, they like, listen, let the police handle that. And that's how I looked at it. It was already outside. Listen, anything go on, let the police handle it. We in front of City Hall, you know what I mean? It ain't too much that they're going to end up doing, you know what I mean? But, Weedman didn't think like that. He was like, listen, it's my establishment. They can kill him on my property. So, I backed them up. I went out there with them. We grabbed the dude. We brought him in, and it went left.
Yeah. Pretty much.
So what about you? You got a overall point of view of that night?
Nah, it just went left. We was just holding it down. We went left. We holding it down for nigga. I mean, for establishment more than we was ever being paid. Because I wasn't getting paid. Biggie wasn't getting paid enough. Not at that time, at least.
Yeah,
that shit.
not enough.
I think y'all got sidetracked a little bit.
But maybe we don't want to. We probably ran from that shit. Like, well, we can move past the first.
Yeah,
fight.
because you was originally talking about your issue that you got with Weedman. Like, we don't got to get too caught up on that.
Shit, I don't even think I got to the issue yet.
You haven't.
Nah, I did. I didn't
get to it, man. Let them know.
I mean, so, like Big said earlier, nigga just came to him was like, yo, I want you to, we gotta let you go. You gotta go out the building. You feel me? Even though there was only money. So, boom. Like I said, I started with the nigga before it was nobody. One day he just was like, man, we're so broke. We need to make money. I'm like, I know. Me personally, I was still doing what I was doing, using the joint as a place for people to gather, and I would take care of people there.
Yeah.
He was like, man, I need to tell people I'm doing this openly. I'm selling weed openly. And that's what he did. And people started coming to buy weed at the spot now. They come by the droves. Eventually it was kind of slow, but then it picked up to the point where
it was smacked.
It was smacked. So in the beginning, he didn't have no money. He had this one dude he met. Shout out to them in Cali. And they knew they had people over here, and somehow we'll make sure we'll get the shit. But he wouldn't spend no money with the guy. He wouldn't send no money. The guy would just give us dirt. The dirtiest of dirt. So one day I was like, let me talk to him. He gave me the guy's number. Boom, I called the guy. I was like, listen, we need better shit. This shit ain't gonna cut it. You supposed to be the plug. You supposed to be from Cali. This is not gonna cut it. Like, what the fuck? So he's like, well, you guys gotta send some money or something. I was like, all right, we're gonna send some money. So we ended up doing that, and he sent us some weed, and it was better. And shit just kept going. And now it went from just 1 to 2 little a pound, to like, bitch, we got different strains now in this little glass case. You feel me? And it got so busy, he was like, yo, I need help. He like, I need help. So I'm like, all right, boom. So I got a table now. He got a table, I got a table. And it kept going. At the time, like Big said, he was doing security at that time. This was after the fight. This
was way after the fight.
Because we wasn't making no money after the fight. It was fucked up. All we had was the restaurant. We was trying to hold it down. So now, around this time, shit started picking up. This closer to before the pandemic hit. Maybe a year before the pandemic hit, 6 months.
150 people at the door.
We ran it up. To the point, I think, at first we didn't run it up right away. We took our first trip. To Oregon. And once we took our first trip to Oregon and we came back, it was up. Now we had a line, everything was straight. We was doing whatever we was doing, I guess. You know what I mean? And it worked out. And I actually moved to Oregon. And I was living in Portland, Oregon for like a year or some change or something. I would go back and forth. But I was living in Beaverton, Oregon, by Nike. Right by Nike. I could walk, I could run to Nike. So
yeah, you can go inside there and stuff like that?
I never went in there. You could jog the tracks, you can go jog the building. They had security, but it was lax as far as like people just jogging and running the campus. It didn't bother you.
You was jogging?
I just wanted to go there. I went there one time. I had a gym membership there too. Like I was living in Oregon, I was living in Beaverton. And I drove to Portland. Portland's about 20, 30 minutes from Beaverton. It's like driving to Philly kinda. You know what I mean? So I stayed out there. You know what I mean? And I would do different shit. I could actually put my brand in the store actually out there. I had pre-rolls and shit out there. You know what I mean? Under my licensed brand, High Fashion Pressure. It was like, damn, that's why I knew shit was real. Once I started learning, I did a grow house out there. At the crib I was at, I rented a house. We turned the whole 3-car garage into a grow room. You know what I mean? Bought the lights, did everything. That fucked up. You know what I mean?
I know that story, man. I like, damn, it's a lot to go over. But could you be brief and share like how that fucked up?
$50,000, $60,000, $70,000 with that situation between the rent, bills, and the equipment. But it was just premature. I didn't know what I was doing, and I listened to the word somebody else who said they knew what they was doing, and it fucked us. I was hoping it paid off. But anyway, yeah, Portland was cool. It was a learning experience. I learned the industry because I legally got to work in the cannabis industry. So once I learned about how everything works, the metrics, transferring, the regulations, getting a brand out, branding, and everything like that, meeting people. Like, I was over there meeting people like Scottie Pippen. He was dropping strains and cookies for Backpack Boys, Scottie Pippen. You know what I mean? He's signing the weed for me. I'm like, damn, this is crazy. T Grizzly. There was a lot of people that would go through Portland real quick and slick. You know what I mean? So that was a good experience for me, but I ended up coming back because the pandemic hit. Remember, it was like March or something like that, and I was like, I had to fly right back. I was like, man, I can't stay here. The bars was closing at 7 o'clock. You know what I mean? Wasn't no clubs. You know what I mean? Stuff was just weird. So I was like, man, I'd rather come back home. So I ended up coming back home. I kept the house there when I came back home. And I was back here working. And then by the time I came back, Big had already established a spot and a joint already, a table. You know what I mean? I always had a table. And then I ended up getting a worker who helped me out. You know what I mean? He would work the table with me.
So when you was out in Portland, you had a table still booming?
A little bit. But I wasn't even there yet because I was so tired of Portland. I'm just like, fuck it. Yeah, I did because he would stay there when I wasn't there.
Yeah, like that was after the fact.
Yeah, after the fact, after I started going, I would go to Portland to work on the brand and shit like that.
Had the worker.
And then my guy would stay there and work 4 or 5 days a week, whatever. And then I come home. I'll be there for a while, then I'll leave. So yeah, definitely. But where it went left was we started making too much money.
Who started making too much money?
We all did.
Who we all did?
Me, Biggie.
And
Weedman, he was making a lot of money. We was all making money.
What we was making was too much.
It was too much for him. So like, I don't want to go federal. This is going federal, man. Like the amounts of money we talking about. So I'm like, I can't. It's federal. I'm not going federal tonight.
Hey, man, don't go federal, man.
I'm gonna say, we saw a lot of money.
People need to understand. But all right, let's move forward now. If y'all ain't gonna talk about, let's graze
It's
past
too much.
it
It's
real
too
quick.
much. It's too much.
The numbers.
The numbers. We ain't gonna talk numbers, but we gonna say
Yeah.
because that's the amazing part of it. You want
All
to
right,
hit
so
numbers.
then y'all was making
yeah.
a lot of money. Then what happened then? Like, I mean,
We was-
egos.
Yeah.
Ego, of course, but it was this. It turned
Greed.
into it was greediness because after a while he started overspending, and then he doubled back to us like, well, you guys are here, this and that, and then he started me after being in the beginning to this point. He turned around and was like, yo, you got to give me $500.
Like I was over that. I was doing
or
that.
a day or a
I
week.
was doing.
I said
It was a day.
It was
I
a
was
day.
doing that on top
You
of the
heard?
$50,000 invest. On top of that, you feel me? On top of that, he was coming to
wanted
me
rent.
like his loan. He'll come to me, yo, Big, you think I get 20,000? I'll give it back to you next week. All right, bet. Get it back to me. Another week go by. Yo, you think I get that
Right
20
back
back?
with another loan.
Like I had $20,000 put to the side from my money just to keep recycling and giving it back and forth to him. Like
so he could flip it and pay it back.
pay his Miami debts or whatever he had going on out there.
He knew
like,
I knew him very well. I was never loaning him no $20,000.
Yeah,
He knew I knew it. I was never
You know,
giving him
he gave me an
No, just to
opportunity.
be
So
clear,
I was
just to be clear,
it's crazy.
every time he loaned him his money, he got his money back though.
Right.
Yeah.
So why you say you wouldn't loan him no money?
Who me?
You.
Because it's different. Our relationship was different at the
You
time.
feel like he wouldn't have paid you.
He'd have played with me. No did he?
Yes, he knew not to play with me.
Yeah.
He knew
So
not to play
like
with me.
because you know when I started with Ed was definitely a mentor, a big brother to see this weed shit. You know what I'm
to
saying?
me, yeah.
So and
You know.
I'm a respectful young man. So when I came in, it was like, yo, you know, I'm gonna pay attention and listen, and I listened and I learned. I didn't do nothing wrong. It was just, you know how they say never meet your heroes. It was one of those situations. Now I meet him and I see him for who he really is. He does great things, but he does terrible things too.
Slime shit.
You know what I mean? And on different levels. And I found myself in peculiar situations where, you know, we'll do a post online, or let's just say NJ.com will do a post on him, and you'll see somebody in the comments like, oh man, he tried to get with my 13-year-old sister or my 14-year-old sister or something like that. Some crazy shit. It'd be little shit like that. Or it was a lot of shit. That was one segment of it. Then he'd be like, oh, this is facts. This is on NJ.com on the post from him. Then it was other shit that'd be like, yo, he pushed up on me. I can't believe y'all supporting this. He cornered me in the room.
It's crazy. I could call
You feel me?
somebody right now and I tell you they've been violated by a
So,
female.
but I don't feel no good saying this because you know why? I knew it and I still work with him, and I always kick myself for that. Like I knew
You should.
the kind of person that he was, and I worked with him because you know why? I saw the bigger picture in my mind. Like man, he's an old man. This is what old men do from the culture.
Is that what old men do?
As Diddy, as Epstein, as Weinstein, as Russell Simmons. You want to keep going?
Yeah. Keep going.
My nigga. As Bill Cosby, as R. Kelly, as
Name some people in our
You talking
community.
about, yeah.
oh no, I ain't doing
There's
that. That's
people
hot.
with money, man.
That's hot.
Like,
That's hot. I can just tell you
Man,
how
why not name some people in our community?
because they're not celebrities like him. Dude was a celebrity, and that's how that situation went down. Like me personally, I don't know or hang with like the shit that happened with the dude from Dubai, the owner of Dubai. You know, Jerry.
What happened with him?
Jerry, to say the least, Jerry got 5 first-degree counts of aggravated sexual assault. To start there, first-degree kidnapping or something like that. And so he's got a lot of stuff going on with him, right? He's from the community and violated. So, and I
I
actually...
don't know Jerry from coming up. I don't. He probably from your community.
No.
I don't
Jerry's just the owner of Dubai. Jerry's the owner of Catador. Jerry's the owner of of Mill Hill, and he was in the process of buying
businessman
Trans
in our
Social. He's a
community,
businessman in his
Is he
community.
from here or is he from?
I don't know
He's not
nothing
from my
about him.
community.
Migrated here.
I don't know nothing about him.
Okay.
I just know I met him doing these bar stuff, and he had the Nebula Lounge in Morrisville.
Okay.
And I used to go there sometimes. But, you know, before this came out, I was trying to do my nights there, do a night or two there, but then it just happened where he got arrested for this, and I didn't know this was going on. Because I didn't hang with him, I didn't see him a lot at all. Only time I saw him when he came through his bar, he'd be like, oh, how you doing? Whatever. So, yeah, like, that's the only person I know from the town that's like, got caught doing that or was into that, I guess. But as far as in relation to what we were talking about Weedman, his relation to women and their complaints or whatever, that was the only person I was in proximity to be like, oh, I know women that says stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I can't really call it until, like, because you're innocent until proven guilty. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna leave it like that. So is there anybody else in town I can think of? Maybe, but
It ain't worth it.
it ain't worth it. Yeah, when it come out, if it come out, you know what I mean? Because it's up to the victims. You know what I mean? That's most of the time it's up to the victims.
Let's get to the fallout then, because I mean, obviously, it's several fallouts, right?
There's two fallouts. The first one was this one where he started charging us rent.
Yeah.
To be at the joint $500 a day. And when I decided, I was like, I'm not paying that. I worked for free here for 4 or 5 years. I'm not paying that. I worked for free. Parties after hours, defended you, loaned you money, did whatever. I'm not paying that. And I refused to pay it. And I'm like, and I'm still doing my table. I'm like, come on. He was like, and he would say, oh, it's not me, it's Debbie, the original co-founder with him. And I would be like, man, how you can't control her? That's your girl business partner. Why you letting her kick me out, or you letting her tax me? He's like, yeah, if you don't pay, you gotta go. That's what happens. And I'm like, damn, it's like that. I'm like, bro, we came from nothing together. Like, you was sleeping on the couch. They towed the van and crushed it. Like, it was a lot with it. So when we finally start getting money, I'm thinking we gonna build together. The other shit, he like, nah, you gotta get out. And I ain't talking. I had money to buy buildings. We all had money to buy buildings. We were supposed to open other locations. That's all we was telling them. We could open another joint. Let me run that joint. Let's open another joint. That was the goal and the dream. And right when the money started coming, he starts talking about, oh, I'm buying a club in Miami. I'm like, really? What? A club in Miami? Bro, we got it coming in right now. We need to execute before New Jersey moves. Look, nah, he's getting a club. He takes all the money from here and goes down to Miami and buys the club. He don't even buy the club. He leases a building. He doesn't own the building. Let's be clear. He's leasing a building.
Ain't that the same over there on East State?
Nah, he bought the East State building.
Y'all wasn't feeling that move?
Nah, I was
supposed to move to Miami.
I was dumb.
I had got a crib to Miami. I said, fuck it. This is how much I still behind nigga. After he went and bought the club like a dummy, I was like, fuck it. I'm gonna come down to Miami and help you run the club. But the only way I can come down there is you have to leave my table in this restaurant where we sell weed at, so I can pay my bills for my $3,000 apartment in Miami.
You ain't about to get paid for what you about to do out there.
No, he said, nah, you got to go. It don't matter. You can figure it out. You can figure it out in Miami. I was like, nah, I'm not coming to Miami living like that. Like, I already pay $1,800 a month in Oregon for a house that I don't barely go to. I see it twice a month, maybe once a month. I'm not doing that, bro. I'm leaving here. I'm coming there. This shit got to be situated. I can't be struggling to pay 2 rents at the time. And I went down there, found the place and everything. He agreed to pay $2,000 a month, but this was when I thought my table was gonna stay. When I came back, they put me out. They put me out. They was like, "Yo, Debbie said you gotta go." Ed said that's how it goes. And you gotta fold your shit up and go. And I was like, "Word?" I folded my table up and I left. But I wasn't the only one. There was a guy called Al, Bud Bandit. Bud Bandit is Ed's friend for more than 20-something years. They was in Cali together getting money. You feel me? Some reason, I think Bud Bandit invested into the Weedman's joint at some point, and he gave Bud Bandit a table just like us. So now, what you shouldn't have done, in my opinion,
some money for Miami.
It was he gave money for Miami. It was Weedman's section, Biggie section, Bud Bandit section, and my section. Now the money thinning out.
Yeah.
Now the money thinning out. He done took the cash up front for the loan for the club from Bud Bandit. But now the money thinning out. And it ain't going to him. It's going to me, Biggie, and Al. We the ones getting all the money. So he eliminated us. First he said he going to boom, boom, he get rid of all three of us. But then it turned out he got rid of me and Al at first. Eventually Biggie left. I told him. He knew. I was like, you know you
He threw me out. Like,
I like, eventually you're going to go. The only reason he didn't go because Biggie knows somebody in the family. You feel me? And they was like, chill. That's my boy. He chilling. And they talked it through and whatever. But for me personally, they walked me out, squirt me out. So guess what Bud Bandit did? He went and bought the building down the street. It was maybe 3 doors down, 4 doors down. He bought the building down the street. And he's like, Dioh, you can come down, bring high fashion with you. Mind you, I went from making a nice bit of money to making no money. I'm on the street. Like I'm seeing people on the street. I'm back in the trenches. I said, nah, I can't do it. So when Al offered the opportunity to come back to his spot, I'm like, hell yeah, fuck it, get me off the street. And Al went and opened the storefront, gave me a glass case. I had one already, boom. It was up. And I started working. Now it was the weed wars between us and them down the street. They doing anything. They starting fights with the other
I'm
workers.
down there, but I'm like, with me, I'm in the middle, like, but I'm not playing the
He's
middle.
at the Weedman. He's
I'm
still there
at
at the time.
Weedman's, you feel me? Like, but I'm not on no sucker shit. I'm just coming down the block still, like,
Yeah, me and him would meet up in the middle of the block
like,
and talking shit.
chopping
Yeah.
it up, you feel me? Go in there, see what's going on in the store, you
You still
feel
had
me?
the table at the Weedman spot.
Yeah,
This shit's
yeah.
still booming.
Yeah, my shit was still booming, and then that's how I ended up
Was
getting
Bud
kicked out.
Bandit shit booming like the Weedman spot?
Yeah, because he put that
Yo.
high fashion, Bud Bandit high fashion logo
Well,
up.
yeah, it definitely did
And then he
because
started putting the people up front with the
motherfucking
signs.
Yeah.
he
People
was
started getting out their
charging
cars.
niggas to come in. They was
Facts.
coming in for free.
Yeah.
So once niggas seen that, and then they had damn near the same shit. You feel me? It was like it was pushing a lot of that crowd over there, but it was like the niggas that was fucking with me was fucking with me regardless. You know what I'm saying? Now the people
They'll
that was
see
fucking
him
with
and come see
Weedman,
me.
the shit that was people that was fucking with Weedman, he was losing them to me. It was like they was buying my weed, but then they would buy his edibles and then his vapes, and that wasn't good enough for him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
It was
facts.
like, oh, my weed is not selling. Nigga, you're fucking overpricing bullshit. You know what I mean? You selling some shit that could be sold for $30 at $60. Then you ain't even buying shit that supposed to be sold at $60.
Yeah, facts.
You know what I mean? Like, what are you doing? Then you buying this fucking hemp weed, selling that shit for what, $40 to motherfuckers, and I'm like, bro, like,
How
what
much
you
did
gonna
y'all
expect?
get in- Let me ask you, how much did y'all get into those kind of scandals where y'all buying hemp weed, y'all buying CBD?
Never. I never bought it. Never bought it.
Not purposely. We never did
I
that.
never bought
purposely.
that shit.
Not purposely. Not on purpose.
Hold on, let's be honest.
Nah, for
World
real.
takes a real platform.
real
like,
talk, when I got
you
into
just
it-
said he got into the hemp weed. I'm sure it wasn't just him. I'm sure that
No,
was
it was just
Nah,
we
it
don't
was.
know something like
Only
that.
Yo,
Only
this
he
is
had a call
yo,
like
this motherfucker will call me in. I will come upstairs. They had bought the apartment upstairs. I'll come upstairs. This dude will have this guy up there with about 3 laundry bags of some weed, right? Like, oh, it's $500. Open the fucking bag. If this shit is, I'm like, bro, this shit, bro, I don't want this. Like, nah, I'm good. Oh, get in on this. I'm gonna call it boo boo. Like, bro, what the fuck
He
is you
definitely
talking
called
about?
it boo boo.
I'm like, bro, this, I'm not selling
it.
this. Ain't
He
no,
sold it. He got it all.
What for like what? $30. See, we ain't 30.
People was buying it.
They was buying
The
it.
white man, listen, the white people was buying it $30 when they couldn't afford nothing else in there. That was the cheapest damn A.
They done drove all the way
$30.
to Delaware.
Yeah,
Like, and I'm like,
a lot of
yo,
people
They
bro,
done drove
that's
all the way
crazy.
from Connecticut.
He's sitting there flooding them
Spraying.
with that. Then some of the weed
York.
that was green, the shit that was green in that same batch. Oh, he threw that in the 40s. He said, "Oh, this is green." Hold
40,
on.
50.
It's not brown. I'm like, yo, bro.
Yo, I used to be so mad when people be asking him.
I used to be like, nah.
I'm like, you don't know shit about weed, man.
Word, I used to be like, yo, he don't even fucking smoke weed like
he
that.
Don't even smoke
you get that
weed
nigga
like
some
that, yo.
fucking gas, he's sitting there about to throw the fuck up. He going spitting all in the goddamn garbage
I got the
can.
videos. Him throwing up, running to the bathroom.
Good for smoking that old bullshit.
It was
Like,
Y'all on some bullshit.
that shit was crazy, man.
I'm gonna let Big handle my light work.
I used to just look at that shit and laugh, bro. Like,
Wait, Ed turning 60 any day now. Know what I mean? At the end of the day, I was upset at what happened, but guess what? Guess who you blame? Yourself. I blame myself. Any man to blame myself for going back and doing, which is for dealing with somebody who snaked me over a couple dollars in the beginning already. And guess what? He came back just now. He was hurting. You know what I mean? He was waiting on a loan for the club in Miami to try to save it. He was behind the rent. You know what I mean? They was about to close the club in Miami. He was waiting. So every day I was talking to him like, bro, just hang tight. We gonna get this loan. I'm like, you gonna get it, bro. You done already, you know what I mean? He done put the joint up here since he bought the building. He put it up for collateral. Feel me? To do that shit down there. Cool. So now he was waiting on loan all this time. It was like as soon as he got a loan, we fell out. But really, we got a loan, fell out. His daughter said some slick shit to me one day. You know what I mean? Because, 3 months, maybe 3.5 months ago, I came back. We pieced it up. We had pieced it up maybe 2, 3, 4 months earlier. But I came back to officially help his restaurant, club, or lounge area 3.5 months ago. Came back, it wasn't popping. Y'all from the town. Was anybody talking about the spot 3 months ago, 3.5 months ago? As far as y'all know?
Biggie help you though?
huh?
Was anybody talking about the Weedman's joint 3 months ago, 3.5 months ago?
I know.
3 months ago, they
Listen.
had Bobby Smurder.
Nah, he's
No, it
talking
wasn't.
about before that.
Before that.
Man,
That's 420. That's April.
It's July right
the
now.
only
so
time
longer than
that they was ever mentioned the joint is when
That's
he
a
had
fact.
somebody coming out there. When it came down to his weekly events that he was trying, his little shit that he was
Never
doing,
worked.
it was nothing going down,
didn't
bro.
hear
I
nothing
was
since
passing.
Suki.
I was passing by. It was
Suki.
nothing but spots out
he had
there
Suki
to
out
be
there,
available.
Since Suki,
His
you didn't hear
annual- his
nothing
annual
after
Like
shit.
like when he
Yeah.
was doing his little
For
shit on
420?
Thursdays, and man, it was nobody really in there. It was probably like 15 people in there. Like,
And it was all
when
Shaka
he-
friends.
When he started going down there, got back with him, that shit was smacked. You know what I mean?
'Cause I put the crew
You
together.
couldn't. You could barely find parking around there.
I put the crew
And I told him,
together,
he
bro.
even brought me back in there. I was like, bro, I'm not walking in there. I was like, you know what?
I said,
All
bro,
bet.
come and fuck
It's
with me
getting
for
lit.
me.
You know, I can't be on no bird shit. I'm just not going to say nothing. I'm not going to spend no money in here. You know what I mean? But I'm going to come in here and I'm going to vibe. Came in there twice, vibed and all that. You know what I'm saying? And then that bullshit happens. And I'm just like, I told you. I told you.
The daughter came at me one day in a group text. She didn't want to pay Day for promoting for Sunday. She's always arguing against paying the promoters. I don't know, she they don't deserve it or whatever. It's us. She always feels like it's the joint that brings people. It's not the people that promote the joint, which is fucking asinine to me. So the dad had to tell him, look, Day promoted Sunday, we pay him. In the group message, I liked the post. I loved it. iPhone, you just hit love, boom. She and Dioh stopped dick sucking because you don't even know he misread what I said.
Oh man, she called that man.
I went on, she's a child. She's a child, my nigga. She's 20-something years old. I'm a grown man. I'm not even going to spill my beans. And I read her. And he kept saying, stop. I'm like, bro, check your daughter. So I was cool up to that point. I was beefing with her, but I had
You
to
read
check
her.
her.
What does that mean?
I told her about herself.
Okay.
She's a child. She can't talk to me like that. She just got here. She's only here because of her dad. He's correcting you. I had nothing. I didn't even say anything. You said something. You were upset. You're emotional. You know what I mean? So I read her. The dad, he's like, stop, whatever. She was dead wrong for even opening the thing, but he wouldn't acknowledge that. He straight told me after, like, I called him. He's like, "Why are you arguing?" I'm like, "Bro, she's wrong. Why would she say that? I didn't even do anything." You feel me? He's like, "I'm not going against my daughter for you," and I'm like, "All right, I'm not telling you to, but she's dead wrong. So she has to respect the man you're doing business with and bring money in." At this point, the first 2 weeks of my Saturdays, we didn't make a bunch of money. We didn't make money probably any. I just invited all my friends to come through. And I let them come in for free and do Instagram videos and shit. The first Saturday we made money. Second Saturday we made money. Third Saturday, I already had Day and Dominique Watkins. Day flew out the section, Square Biz. He told me about Cuban Mommy's birthday party at whatever.
Cooper's.
It didn't start at Cooper's. She had problems moving it around for venues. She got Cooper's last minute.
Okay.
She sold that shit out herself. Shout out to Cuban Mommy. And she was like, "Yo, I seen her. It's funny. I seen her at the spot we was eating at the restaurant." And I said, "I'm like, yo, come fuck with us at the Weedman spot." She like already got a venue. Boom, boom, boom. But unbeknownst to us, her party was over at 12. I told I'm like, "Yo, man, we gotta start doing after hours. We're gonna do that." Daddy like, "We can get the after party." So me and Daddy was already working on it. Daddy had the idea with me. He hit Cuban, I hit Cuban. You know what I mean? I always like to say it's a collective effort, but at the same time, I got to give Day's credit because he was in the streets. Day kept his ears to the parties, to the people. You know what I mean? And that's why I always kept Day on my team. Day's the original problem from the fire extinguisher party. You know what I mean? Yeah, I mean, he's the original. Excuse me. If you see the video, he's in there. But so Day, we get the after party. We line up. Cuban brings everybody to the Weedman's joint that Saturday. And it went crazy. We sold out at the door. Boom, boom. We probably made, you know what I mean? We took a percentage of the door. So that night I probably took home, I don't know, $1,000. Feel me? We did well. And every Saturday after that, we started winning. I would make the flyers. I would put the bartender Dominique on there. Boom, boom. And I would run ads. I would do the shit to make the shit pop. It would come down your timeline. You'd see it. You know what I mean? And people started even showing up after that Saturday. It just kept getting bigger and bigger, and we were selling out. So we came up with the name Sold Out Saturdays. You know what I mean?
Sold Out Saturdays.
Sold Out Saturdays was lit.
Yo,
that was Dominique Day
announcement.
and Dioh. Dominique Day and Dioh. And shout out to Batty, Bad Mood, Cuban Mommy, Dub, Mooka. You know what I mean? The ladies that was bringing the people out. And, you know, and the shit started becoming a thing.
Hey, man, the flyers exist. One thing people gonna forget about is the World Takes. The World Takes ain't asking nobody for no bread. We out here supporting the city. We want the city to be lit. We good
Make
where
some
we
noise
at.
for that, man.
We good where we at. You hear me? A lot of people proud of like just collecting money and shit like that, man. Look,
I didn't pay $1 to be
check
here.
the
Shout out
flyer,
to them.
man. Check the flyer. The first sold out Saturdays, man. World Takes on it. You know
That's
what I
a
mean?
fact, though.
You
I'm
know
not
we
even gonna
promoting-
lie.
Hey, look.
I'm not even gonna lie.
Look, hey, yo, check the footage, man. We
Damn,
promoting
check the
shit.
footage. Check the footage.
Hey,
Facts.
and then in the building, man. We in the building, man. We was there that night. Listen,
It was
World
lit.
Takes. We just trying to get the city lit. That's all we trying to do.
World
We
Takes
trying to let the
podcast
city.
was one of the first people to get behind me too
on,
on my Saturdays. You know what I mean? I reached out to them and they was behind me, you know, promoting it or whatever. So
You said the weed, man. You said Dioh. I mean, these
It was
two
a
are
go.
these two. Well,
was
Dioh,
a
one of
go.
our favorite guys. Know what I mean? Weedman been a sponsor to us. He got, you know what I mean? But look,
it's a go.
and look, we ain't
is
take
what it
advantage
is.
of our sponsors like we should have. But guess what? When
Other
we do
people
make
did.
that call,
Other people did.
just make sure you show up. Or listen, guess what we doing? We using our platform to end your business. That's what we doing. So you want to be a sponsor for World Takes? It's like Death Row Records. You hear me?
You in.
Hey, Moo, you agree or not?
Hey, welcome to Death Row.
Hey, yo, when you make that call, you better show up.
Welcome to
Weed
Death
Man,
Row.
Keratin and Co.
Cause a lot of that.
Shout out
shit,
Bentley
a lot of-
Tweezy, man. Get in here, man.
Nah, word up.
Get in here, Bentley.
A lot of the shit, a lot of the little beefs a lot of the little disagreements, arguments, that shit could have all been put to the side with one conversation what the world takes.
That's a fact.
One conversation, one sit down, we bring both. Because we got love on all sides.
That's a fact.
We know Dioh 30 years now.
Ooh, you know what I mean? Come on, stop telling our age, man.
30 plus years. We know Ed, like Dioh said, 02 era. So y'all do the math on that, 20 something years. You feel me?
Yeah.
We don't want to see our guys.
I mean, me and him was past that point. I'm not gonna lie. It depends how you feel about it, but me personally, I can't double back on that situation because it happened twice. This second time after
You cross me once, it's over, man.
Yeah, you feel me? I gave him a second chance. So let me tell you what ended it. I'm gonna be real. You know what ended it for me? That everybody's like Dioh's wilding. So me and their DJ, we had been reaching out to Meatball, trying to get the Meatball book, and me and her came up with the idea. She said Meatball, the girl, the DJ. So I was like, damn, that is a good person. Boom. So we both started reaching out. I had got on the Mother's Live one day, and me and the mom was talking, Meatball's mom, whatever, boom. But I didn't even tell her about booking her. My phone cut off, somebody called, whatever. But we still was trying to get the booking. The DJ got the booking as far as like getting the contact. So I'm like, boom, let's go. I'll drive to Philly, we'll get the money. I got the money. If they don't want to give us the money to do the booking, I got the money. Boom. So I get the money, I'm ready to go. They like, nah, wait, come to the shop and get the money. So I'm like, all right, fuck it. So I go and get the money. I go book Meatball with the girl. We pull up. We in the hood of Philly Park. We book them, whatever. I come back, that shit happens with me and his daughter start arguing. He tells me all this bullshit. So our mutual party calls this nigga and tries to smooth it out. Our mutual friend tries to smooth it out. But he calls him on three-way, like, yo, here's the situation with Dioh. What's going on? Da-da-da-da. So I'm just quiet. I'm listening. And he started going in on me. He started going in on me like, oh, I'm supposed to keep him around because he helped me. I don't need him. I already got the spot popping. I don't need him anymore. I'm hearing this.
Yeah.
He was like, and my daughter's taking over the place anyway. So, and they don't like him.
Because he had been hurt behind you arguing with his daughter, though. Did you ever look at that side? Not saying you did something wrong.
I know him personally. He's a logical person. He straight told me, yeah, I don't care if she's wrong. I'm not going against my daughter for you.
Like, but
that's bad business. That's bad business.
If you had kids, would you feel that way?
It's bad business. My kids shouldn't be in my business if they ruining my business. Again, when I came in, I start producing a, $10,000 weekend for it. Saturdays, Sundays, Tuesdays, Thursdays. Is that more important than my daughter's attitude, how she talks to the guy who produces money for me?
Like Bronny James just got drafted to the Lakers, 55th draft pick, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, for sure.
That's what I'm trying to say. I'm not trying to
nepotism is this.
Say you was wrong.
Right? No. I know I wasn't wrong, and I know he's not wrong in the sense of he's defending his daughter, but he's wrong in the sense of his business.
Yeah, it's not even defending her because all he said to you was, "Why are you arguing with her?" Like if it's
because
the business,
you won't check her.
Let the personal go.
No, it's not. It's because she runs the business. She's in the business, so it's part of it.
Yeah,
it's part of it. She's his general manager.
Yeah,
she runs it, so you cannot let your daughter's bad behavior carry into your business.
Yeah, that's what.
Then how can I do business with you?
Right.
If this business is controlled by her bad attitude, she doesn't know how to talk to people. She's very rude, and now she's entitled. Again, I've never seen these kids until the money came.
Was coming in, and
I've never seen these kids till the money came.
Yes.
When the money came,
I was there when we was in jail. Never seen the kids. It was me and Debbie talking.
That's what I wanted you to speak to. That's what
I never met the kids till way later, and I was like, "Oh shit!"
When COVID hit and the jobs, when they started losing their jobs, then coming in, start seeing how popping it was. They all came in from the kitchen and then start easing their way into the dispensary part, and the next thing you know, they started taking over once Ed went and got
They
this
start
whole
getting
Miami
Ed's
shit.
ear.
He start putting the business in his daughter in them name, kicked his wife Smooth out the business, scared her out, start fucking choking her, doing all types of shit.
Hold on, real quick. So while this recent beef, a video came out. It was a 1 to 2 second clip of Weedman pushing his business partner down the ground, whatever, right? And you know, of course, you know they call me the police, right? For doing that. So it was such mixed emotions. I'm like, yo, is a man beating on a woman? And if I show it, I'm the cops, right? I'm police, right? But where do you stand? Is that okay? Is that okay to beat on your woman? What's more important, me showing you the video or him beating on a woman? That was my thing too. So boom, whatever, right? The video has been on this lady's page since 2022. It's been on her Facebook. This article has been published about it, whatever, right? And nobody really saw it in the community because it was published through another channel, whatever. So when I shared the video, my shit went crazy. You know, 800,000 views, 1.2, you know what I mean? And then I started getting the shade that, you know, oh, I'm the police. That was some police shit. I didn't know how to feel. You feel me? I didn't know how to feel, kind of. I felt like people are stupid anyway because clearly the video was out, all this shit. And at the same time, it's like, is a nigga beating on a woman?
Where do you stand on the police shit? On that?
On what? I'm not telling.
I don't know. I mean, I don't consider that police shit. Sharing social media posts.
Yeah, no.
Do you?
No,
I don't. But again, we're dealing with ignorance. We're not dealing with people that's common sense and logic. We're dealing with niggas that just be like, oh, you the police. Like, this is Trenton. And niggas be calling niggas the police and Trenton as police too. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever the case may be. So, like, I didn't take nothing personal during the whole time me and man was beefing with this meatball shit. You know what I mean? So, he put that video out. So what I did, I booked Meatball. I changed the venue. I told Meatball, don't go to the Weedman spot. Come here to Much Better Studios.
Where downtown on
Clinton.
Warren?
And that created a bidding war. They was like, oh, well, they keep calling me about this booking at this other place. He's trying to pay me more money. And I'm like, you can pay more money, just refund me my money. I'm good. Feel me? And this was after I heard the phone call about him talking about me fucked up and all that. I just was like, man, fuck this nigga. It is what it is, man. If you about to just say you about to use me, kick me out, you and your daughter, y'all got the shit hot, and y'all don't need me no more, I'ma crash out.
So just to be clear, you negotiate the deal with Meatball to come to Weedman.
Facts. Me and their DJ.
In the midst of that, you and his
daughter,
Ed's daughter, got into a rift.
Yeah.
And then they decide that you out of there. We don't need you.
They never told me distinctly. I heard them on three-way saying that how you don't.
But they decided.
Yeah, they decided.
Whether you got the message or not, you was out of there, bro.
Yeah, I was out of there.
All right, so boom, you decided. Okay, since I got the relationship with Meatball, let me relocate the situation and just reestablish my brand.
Facts.
Know what I mean? And then again, shout out to Quayshawn, Much Better Studios.
Businessman.
Yeah.
He just was like, listen, I got nothing to do with it. I'm gonna do the business. You wanna rent the venue, you can rent it. And that's how I got it.
Boom. Alright, so and then Ed came through like, alright, we're gonna just pay you a couple more. That's why they came with Meatball. Listen, we're gonna pay you a couple more. Meatball went with a couple more. It ended up being an epic night.
Yeah, facts. Did
Quayshawn end up charging you anyway?
Nah. He actually hit me back for my bread. So like I didn't take no loss on that, man. I honestly didn't plan on even having an event. I did that really just to ruin Weedman's week. After hearing what I did. You didn't know though. So like at the end of the day, I ruined his week.
You did?
I did. I did. He ended up paying way more than he was supposed to.
But
He ended up doing a lot more things he wouldn't have to do.
he had a cameraman out there that night because
it doesn't even matter.
I don't think he into that, dude.
Look, he probably did.
Like a cameraman catch some of that footage.
He has a lot of footage, but my whole thing is this, my nigga. It's Meatball. No disrespect to Meatball. But how long you think we're gonna be talking about Meatball? Let's be frank. No disrespect to Meatball. We might be talking about it next year if she do something else. But Meatball doesn't. I can't see the staying power.
I'm saying for the money I heard he paid, he could have had Natalie Nunn in there. Like,
how much he paid? What you heard?
I don't know, but
7,000. I'm gonna put 7,000 to 8,000. I went on Facebook, was hitting like I said 20,000. And I fucked him up on Facebook off the 20,000, and that shit went viral. Everybody was like, "We man paid 20,000 for Meatball," and it went crazy. I'll tell you, I ruined this nigga week.
Yeah, I was kind of offended about that though.
I ruined this week, man. People was tagging me. I ruined this nigga week, bro.
When I heard that 20, I was like, "Wait." They was getting 20 for the whole baddie group.
Big cat.
Who from clubs?
That was a big cat.
Right.
Shout out to Dioh for having me in my feelings. Cause I'm damn, this man.
I needed all of y'all.
City.
I needed the whole city.
This
to
nigga
understand.
capping, man. This nigga capping. You know he only spent 2 racks. You spent the rack.
Nah.
He outbidded you with the 2 racks for the Meatball.
Meatball wanted 3,500 from the rip.
Oh, word?
Yeah, then
so
she went to
you spent the
5,000.
35. He spent the 4.
No.
7.
She told me 7. They told me they doubled up and they booked them to go to Miami.
And charged the dub to get in there. Put about 5,000 in the.
I don't even know how they booked that Miami shit.
Limited
She gonna be practicing inside there.
Listen, they just did the other shit to Kizzy or whatever
500
for
capacity.
50 at the door. Nigga was like 50 at the door. They didn't do nearly what they did last time. And I never wanted Weedman to fail. I just wanted Weedman to understand he was wrong. And Weedman he not the kind of person to be like, damn, I was wrong. I'm sorry.
Let's take a moment out right now. You apologize to Weedman for what you did. We're gonna bring Weedman on here and we're gonna see if we can get him to apologize for what
I want to see if we can get them both on her at the same time.
Nah, I actually was mad when I did what I did. I'm just not fucking with Ed. He's a disappointment as a person, as a friend, as a business owner, as a man. He's just disappointed.
He's not going. He's not going to take accountability.
Yeah,
for what
and
he
you can't hold no
like.
I can tell you what I did, and to be frank,
tell us what you did. Let's do it. Let's do that.
Oh, once I found out,
let's do that.
Once I found out,
because even as you telling the story about the Meatball shit,
yeah, that's what I'm about to get to. Hold on,
you ain't all innocent or nothing.
No.
Like that.
I'm telling you, after I heard everything on the phone. The money I gave them, I kept them. I told them, fuck that. Meatball, I let them keep that money. It was Weedman money. Yeah.
I want to know something.
So,
why?
And Weedman was mad. I don't know if he was mad, whatever. They was like, I took his money. He said,
Weedman ended up paying more.
Yeah, he ended up paying more on top of that other money. So it probably might have been more than 7,000 because he supposedly booked them to go to Miami.
Plus 2,500.
When Meatball show up at your establishment, what do she do?
She lifts her shirt up and show you her belly, and she smokes some cigarettes with you.
Ain't nothing.
Ain't nothing.
Hey, make some noise for Meatball.
I would never hate on Meatball. I'm not even gonna hate on Meatball. Shout out to Meatball.
Yeah.
Shout out to y'all because she funny too. When she
a winner.
When she show that belly, it's funny.
She a winner. I hope you don't see this and take it the wrong way, but I fuck with Meatball.
I fuck with her. She
shout out to her mom, Lulu. Lulu's a solid woman, and you know this is what it is.
Like yo, shout out to Meatball though. We love you, girl.
So shout out to baddies.
The world takes 5.
You know what I mean? We gonna get a baddie in here. Let's get a baddie in here. Fuck it.
Right now?
I'm gonna call Natalie Nunn.
Okay, yeah, you gonna bring them in the world?
Yeah, I'm gonna bring them in the world. It's crazy.
We spending the Weedman money. Listen, Weedman made the banner, yo.
I told nigga I need at least 3-4 business days to calm down after you piss me off. After about the 4th day, I was like, all right, let me just.
What's your sign though?
Huh?
What's your sign?
Scorpio.
Okay.
Scorpio, yo.
That become like Scorpio King Petties.
I didn't want to be, but niggas will make you petty. You know what I mean? You just gotta be like, man. So I chilled out though. I stopped. because there was a lot more. I could have pulled the whole video. I pulled 2 seconds of the video. I have 2 whole videos.
Yo, if they would have really seen the video, it would have been like
him putting his foot in the bitch ass,
choking the bitch. She was on the floor like he on the top of her like.
The dog was like,
the dogs didn't even know what to do.
The dog was like, what's really happening right now?
They know, like, I'm like, that's crazy. I remember when me and my baby moms was arguing, the dog was on her side. I'm like, bitch, I brought you in this house.
Nah, but you big, you was. Kick that shit, dog. All you gotta do, the dog picked sides, yo.
The dog picked her side.
All you gotta do is pick that shit,
picked that side.
I thought so too.
Yo, the dog stood
over
right in the video looking.
He stood
up and down like
he
this.
stood over her with Weedman holding her down. Dogs was like, hold her down.
You better not let no dog bring you down unless it's like one.
Yo, but if you notice, that's why she took Freedom and left Bud ass with Ed. Like, cause Freedom was with her, looking at Ed, and Bud was like look like when he was on Weedman's side, like
playing. Bitch, yo, that was a wild,
crazy.
You never seen the video?
I ain't see the video,
you
man. You gonna
really
share what the world takes.
Like,
Diggs
that's
gonna do
crazy.
what he do. If Diggs
That's crazy.
decides
You
to
know what I'm
throw it
saying?
in,
Like, a lot of people ain't seen the
yeah,
video, bro.
We might not can put that.
Motherfucker tried to grab her up while he was in the car.
well, we never gave Diggs rules.
Playing in the background.
If we gonna give Diggs rules today, man, give Diggs his rules, man.
We might not can put that.
Yo, this is like Joe Buttons and Puff Daddy, man. Y'all gonna play the video or not, man?
Diggs do what he do. Listen,
man,
me and
like
Moolah, for everybody
and Joe
who
Budden.
want beef and smoke, right?
Ain't nobody want to talk about Puff.
Me and Moolah, we let people come on this podcast on our platform that we built for the
talk
city.
about my boy when he hit the other dude with the fire extension.
Hold on real quick.
Yo, you ain't got enough time for this, bro.
Nah, we gonna bring
much.
him back for round two. But listen, just to be clear, we got an open platform. We fuck with so many people in the city. We out here, we show love. We built a platform to highlight the city. People come on here and decide to talk about what they want to talk about, decide what not to talk about for the most part, man.
Yeah, fact.
We out here, we show love to the city, so I mean, people come on here, they want to talk about what they talk about.
It is what it is.
Judge-free zone, baby. But don't put the world takes, don't involve the world takes in that. You hear me? And then whatever clips come out, me and Moolah don't have no say so in that shit. We let Diggs do what Diggs do.
That's right.
Sometimes Diggs get diabolical.
Hey,
sometimes Diggs.
I did good tonight. It was so much I ain't say. I couldn't say. I did
There's a lot of shit that could be
Diggs.
spoken on, man.
Yeah, man. We just kept
Especially when it comes to that brother right there,
See,
man.
we want y'all to give us the uncensored though.
Yeah, word
We
up.
don't want y'all censoring yourselves when y'all up here.
I'm
Nah,
cool
we
with
got
it.
to. We got to.
But you know what's
We
so
got
crazy?
For the business.
For everything. Now I mean, like, because our name is definitely attached to this, so we want to be careful on what we say as far as going forward, because this man is a fucking monster.
Yo, yeah, well, I ain't even gonna catch it. Like, in my situation, I'd have been raided twice. You know what I mean? The first situation I got raided in Hamilton, that had something to do with my neighbor. The second raid, when they was out here raiding all these tobacco shops, that had something to do with Weedman. You know what I'm saying? I had personally know somebody that sat there and told us inside City Hall that was like, he was down there complaining.
Go on his page right now. He's talking about unlicensed pot shops.
The
right now,
tobacco shops and all. And then my crazy shit was, when we was working together, you told us, open up and sell weed like you're white. You said, don't get
everybody
no license, none of that. And then turned around and then signed them papers. So it was like, bro, how the fuck you gonna tell us to do one thing?
Go on his page.
Turn around and do a whole nother.
Talking about
then
everybody.
You turn around when you see all these shops open up and all that money that was coming your way slowly slow down.
Yeah.
Now you like, oh, shut these places down. They don't supposed to be open. Like, come on, how you gonna tell us to do this and then now
bottom
backstab
line,
us?
money
You know what I'm
dictate
saying?
how he moves.
Like real
So
talk.
while y'all in that space, y'all don't feel comfortable using the police as y'all
No.
As a tool?
No.
Nah.
For what?
Nah, man.
Because they not legal though, B.
Like,
But see,
Weedman feel comfortable because
Nah.
he legal.
A Weedman legal?
but really,
Weedman got his
It's
license.
not legal.
and shit.
Wrong. That's
It's
all.
his kids. It's his
He
kids.
has nothing. What Weedman has is his previous experience with the city of Trent. And they know who he is, and they know he won't stand up and fight them and could beat them again on a technicality. They already settled out a lawsuit with him from the first time when they locked him up for the 447 days.
Okay.
So, you understand, the city gives him a pass.
Yeah.
They've been giving him a pass. Another thing I want to speak on too, real quick. So somebody came to me and was like, yo, you know they ran down on Weedman and they got him for liquor. And they was trying to say you called the people on him. And I'm like, you think about this. You had Meatball with 500 to 700 people out there, y'all selling liquor wildly. Police was walking through y'all.
Overcharging them.
Overcharging y'all doing anything. Then y'all turn around when the police come in and say, oh, y'all can't sell illegal liquor and they caught y'all selling it. They said, I possibly called. And which really pissed me off. So I just was like, you know what? I can't really even say nothing because I already flew off the handle one time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I just been on some cool, chill shit. Like that Meatball stress I did with him, that was it. I was cool with that. I'm fine. I already own my own business. I saw what he said. He made a whole status. That's why I knew you're a liar. Because he made a whole status like, Dioh came to me begging for a job, and I helped him, and he was broke, and he had all this stuff going on, and he's been jealous of me. When niggas said jealous of him, it fucked me up, because bro got ED. And I'm like, bro, you can't talk to me like this. You can't talk about me like that. You got ED. You got ED. You can't talk to me. I get your pills sometimes when they come in the mail. And I used to run them back to you, bro. Huh?
Erectile dysfunction.
What's his name? Hey,
That's a low blow. That's a low blow.
I gotta go, man.
Yeah.
I gotta go.
That's a low blow.
Yeah, nah, we don't co-sign.
I got over it.
I'm so
man.
over it
was
because they so
behind
under me.
man.
You know what I mean?
I like it got back to me and made me feel some type of way when you start getting cool with him again, and then he did what he did
Again.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And then it was like, damn, you hear him on the phone, and he still can't even man up and be like, damn, bro, I said it. He's still gonna sit there and be like, what? I didn't say that.
And jump online.
Bro, like the man heard you on the phone, and you can't even sit here and man up. Like that's my whole problem with him. Is like he can't man up to nothing, and right there, that I knew he was a pussy from back when we was in Miami. Like grand opening.
Oh man,
I'm gonna put this out there.
Get the bullets
Grand
ready.
opening,
Get the bullets
right?
ready.
Everybody goes out to Miami. You got his kids out there. You got his kids' boyfriend, girlfriends out there. Well, we ain't gonna put the exact daughter, but we gonna say one of his daughters, baby dad, straight beat the shit out of her out there, like blacked her eye, all this shit. This motherfucker pulls up like Rambo in a goddamn pickup truck and does nothing. Then what says, I'm gonna call the cops and say he's an escaped felon. Like what? Bro, this is your daughter. Even if you couldn't whip his ass, I will get my ass beat right now for my daughter to let him know, look, ain't shit sweet.
What he do?
Nothing. Say he was about to call the cops. I'm looking his daughter eye black. Look
What he
like
do
she
again?
fought Layla Ali. Lip busted. He looking at his daughter, ain't do nothing. Little brother pulls up, does nothing. I'm like, you mean to tell me nobody? I'm saying in my head, like, nigga, swing. So I can have a reason to back you up.
Yeah.
Like, you feel me?
Yeah.
Like, I'm still your mans at this time. You feel me?
Yeah.
I'd have backed you up. That nigga ain't do a damn thing. He looked at his daughter with a black eye. We came back from Miami, and guess what? The nigga still worked in his establishment. I said, wait. This nigga blacks your daughter eye. You does nothing, and he comes back and still have his job.
The same daughter that do be having beef with?
No, this the other one.
Okay.
You feel me?
Let me
Now,
ask you something though. Break down. How do you go from, the firefighter extinguisher incidents to not doing something when somebody put their hand in?
that's because he said it. The fire extinguisher is his choice of weapon. That wasn't around. If I knew that was the case, nigga, I would have walked into Airbnb and came out with one like, do you need this motherfucker? Like, get it shaking. Nigga, your daughter eye is black. Her lip is busted. She got scratches on her face. Like, man, step up as a dad. Like, you know what I mean? He did nothing at all. This man came back from Miami, and he still worked in his establishment. And it was like, bro, how can you give this man money and he's whipping your daughter ass? Like, come on, it was just crazy. Like, I knew from right there, he was a big pussy. So it was like, I knew.
How do one supposed to act? All right, boom, the father in the building, but you as a man, right? And then that security. Somebody.
No, I wasn't security. I'm getting money. I'm a bud man.
Oh, the security.
I'm a bud man. That security shit was behind me. You feel me?
Niggas.
But at the end of the day, you my friend. So I will back you up if you gonna do it. Like if you ain't gonna do nothing, then I can't do nothing for you.
Was she trying to defend herself?
Yeah, she fought him, but at the end of the day, look what happened to her. Listen, my daughter fight a man, her boyfriend, I'm jumping in that. You feel me? Her eye was black, her lip was busted, she had scratches on her face. I'm jumping
in that too, though.
Like I'm about to whip your ass for my daughter. He did nothing at all, and then the guy came back and worked at the job until the daughter got tired of him cheating on her, and then fired his ass.
Wait, that night in Miami you talking about? After he
crashed the rental.
Okay.
He was drunk, crashed the rental,
After he
came back arguing with her, beat her the fuck up. Mind you, the two sisters was in there. Why the hell y'all ain't turn into Powerpuff Girls and whip this nigga ass while he in there whipping your sister's ass? You know why? Because y'all all are a bunch of pussies.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And it was just like, how y'all let y'all sister go out like that? How you let your daughter go out like that? So right there told me he ain't a man. So when I pressed him and told him, bro, how you gonna say these things about me? What? I ain't said these things. I sent him the text message, the screenshots. He never answered, never responded. Every time I saw him, he'll act. I used to pull up to the restaurant.
Hear me out, y'all.
He'll
Hear
act
me
like
out.
he don't even see me.
Hear me out.
He'll walk right in the restaurant. He'll be standing out there talking. I'll pull up, see his niece. He'll walk right into the restaurant. And I wasn't even doing shit. I wasn't even like, yo, motherfucker, da, 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 da. I wasn't saying nothing. I feel like part 3 should be him sitting in front of both of us, and I guarantee you he won't do that.
See,
I guarantee you he won't do that.
That's what we leaning towards.
Yeah.
We want to get all three of y'all in the same room. We want to have a sit down. And we want to see what we can come out of it with.
That's a fact. Because guess what? I'm sorry, Mo.
Go ahead.
But my part, I'm thinking 3, 4.
Yeah.
Moo more logical. He probably thinking 5, 6. Like, come on, B, slow it down.
Stretch it.
But one thing we know is when your boys get together, you boys can make some magical things happen, man. And we love to see that shit, man.
It's rooted
we love
in
to
love.
see that.
Even the 2 of y'all talking tonight, we know y'all love that nigga, man.
I fucked with him, bro. Like, yo, he changed my life at one point. So when it was like, when it came to money, it was never an issue with me with him.
Right.
He needed it. Yo, here, bro. It ain't about nothing. I don't want no interest. You gonna throw it back to me? Throw it back to me. But when he made it an issue. You feel me? When he started seeing me do a little bit more than what I was used to doing. You feel me? Like, I'm promoting, I've got Jada Kiss promoting my bud. I got Gilly promoting my bud. You know what I'm saying? Jim Jones. You know what I mean?
Fabulous.
Like, come on, I'm doing my little thing. I'm out there, you feel me, with these Roddy Rebel, out there with these dudes, A Boogie with the hoodie, you know what I'm saying? You know, so then I was inside their video. Once I was in their video, that little 1 second I got in that little video, everything switched over. They kids, they was mad as fuck. I was like, yo, you see my little second? Oh, yeah, I seen it. Then it was just like, they all start switching up on me. Once they start seeing I was with these rappers, Ed start coming, looking down at my butt like, oh, what you doing over here? You selling better bud than me? Oh, you gotta change the price on this.